Well, I hope it's not too windy. Bit of a breeze today. It's cooled down, but in the sun it's quite warm. I'm just walking along the road, bottom of the mountain here. I'm a bit out of breath. I just marched up a hill. And I'm enjoying doing these behind the camera talks. It makes a real change for me. A change from my face being on camera, which is nice. You know, because we often tend to make these sorts of things about the person saying them, which is a mistake. Because it's always wise. Sorry if it's windy, I'll try and protect the microphone. Because all there is your life. Your life, whatever that means. And nobody knows what that is. There may be inspiration from here and there. Ooh, it is windy. I'm not sure how this is going to sound. I guess I'll have to check it. At least I won't have to look at my face. Oh, the road's closed! Oh no! So, I wanted to go up onto the nature bit. I don't know if to start this again or not. Let's see if I can get up there. Anyway. So, as it is, there's only what is for you. And no one has the answer for that, because that's all there is for you. Maybe I'll go and sit on this park bench down here, because it looks like I can't get onto that hillside. Okay. So there's only your experience. I don't know, there's all this discussion about you and know you and everything, but you know, for the sake of simplicity, there's just you being there. Okay. All right. Seems better. And but what we tend to do is we project onto others and take on their belief systems. And that's perfectly normal. But it's not the natural state. The natural state is just being wherever you are. And there would be that argument, yes, but believing in others is the natural state. Well, that may be the case, but it's not very conducive to enjoying your life. Because what happens is then we struggle and strive and try to work it out, try to be a different way. We have all these beliefs that we have to be a certain expression, or there has to be a certain experience. Well, there is no permanent experience, there's just whatever is at any given moment. So beliefs are very sticky. You know, I used to believe that all sorts of things. I was joking with a friend last night, talking about the crazy stuff we used to do in the name of belief, like bowing to lumps of butter. I mean, I love all those stories, you know, I do enjoy all the mad stuff that I got up to, because they're quite humorous. And never got me anywhere, because the only where is here, and that never changes. But I want to talk about the difference between belief and the nature of this body, this being, this mind and emotions and doings. One has a nature, and each one's nature is different. Like, say if you had a big group of people and you put an apple down and you got each one to draw that apple, each drawing would be unique in its own way. So each one's nature is unique, and it's unique to you. Like the food you enjoy, the colors you enjoy, the movies you enjoy, all the things that are natural without anybody telling you what you should like. And that's the problem that comes in with belief, especially spiritual beliefs and systems. It tells you what you should and shouldn't like. And that's a real problem for the nature of the being, because it works against that nature. It works against the natural propensity of the being. I remember going to one thing once, years and years ago, I would say like 27, 26 years ago. And it told us that we weren't allowed to wear black or eat garlic. To me, that's completely absurd, and it just for me it was absurd. And I enjoy all kinds of colours, and I really enjoy garlic, so that wasn't going to happen. So that didn't last long. I think it lasted a day, like a very short romance that failed miserably. A bit noisy up here. No, this is the only place to be. Yeah, so one's nature, and everybody knows one's nature. Everyone knows deep down what it is that they go towards and what they move away from. It's an instinctual thing. One's instinct is the greatest gift. When we're in tune with the instinct, it's like a very deep integrity that tells you what you go towards and what you walk away from. And another way to spot belief versus nature, one's nature, is one doesn't tend to defend one's nature. If someone prefers coffee over tea, unless, well, no, I'm not going to go there, but they don't need to defend that preference. But when it comes to spiritual stuff and even political stuff, well, actually very much political stuff, you can tell it's a belief because there's like an egregious feeling, like a defense, like a knot that appears in the emotions in the body, and a need to defend it, and a discomfort at having to talk about those things. It means that there's a belief there that has to be defended. And a belief basically means that I don't know. If I have to believe in something, it means I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing else I can say about that, really. But we tend to live by beliefs rather than just one's own nature. One's own nature is a wonderful guide. It will naturally remove you from the beliefs because it's very relaxing to just be the nature that I am. There's no need to defend it or qualify it or even talk about it. There's no need for me to talk about what is natural for me, because what's natural for me will not be natural for you, because each one is unique. And that's just beautiful, isn't it? And I accept that. I accept that each one is natural. But arguments and confusion and anger arises when we feel like someone's going against our beliefs, like they're treading on our toes. And that's a really good thing, because it exposes what gives us pain in a way. Especially when one defends one's own pain, that's a big red flag right there. Defending one's pain. Why would anyone defend their pain? Because pain's not happening here. Pain happens when pain happens. It comes and it goes. You get kicked, the pain goes, and you move on. But when there's this like the belief of a story which becomes a reality, and we defend that reality, we're defending a belief, and that is a great amount of suffering right there. Or we believe that we're not good enough, and this system of teaching will get me to that place where I'm good enough. Well, that's also a belief, because there's no such thing as good enough. There's just the nature expressing itself as the natural being, in whatever way that is. And some of those natural ways of being don't conform to various models of teachings and beliefs. They don't conform, so we go against what we actually really want to do. You know, if you enjoy, I don't know, what would be a very unspiritual thing? I can't even think of anything. I don't know. I can't even think of anything. Listening to like really aggressive rock, for instance. Oh no, that's very against the spiritual thing, you know. Wearing black, and here's a lady in black. No, you can't do that. That's not spiritual enough. You have to start listening to fluffy music to be spiritual enough. There's nothing wrong with fluffy music, but it's not really my bag. I don't really like fluffy music. I like all kinds of music. But yeah, so sometimes it's the beliefs can be in a denial of one's own nature, and that can cause a constriction in the enjoyment of the life. Yeah. So just moving on briefly to other things, I'm just relaxing doing this sort of thing at the moment, because I've been I've been in front of the camera for so long. I needed a change, and also my life is in quite an upheaval in a good way. So I need to just change things up a bit. But thank you for watching. And yeah, I'm going to put on Buy Me a Coffee soon on my YouTube channel. So if you feel like buying me a coffee when I get round to it, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will do a live at some point, but I just need to take some time out and just enjoy expressing things in this way until that changes.